And here we are back again for another day of Trey's Chowdown Live. And I'm here with the Hutchins, some of the Hutchins people.
That's right.
Trey and Wes, guys.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Good to Trey.
Good to see you. We're going to do about hot topics here real quick. Then we're going to get into what y'all do, which is deliciousness. All right. So Eatery came out with the best chicken wings in Dallas, and I have not made any of these yet, but we're going to find out. 10 Bells Tavern. Ever heard of them? That's number one.
Heard of them. I have not been there.
Yeah, it looks neat. Rice Chicken. I haven't heard of that.
I haven't heard of them yet. No.
This thing, they do some kind of, it's an Oak Cliff. They do some kind of voodoo to the chicken, but it's supposed to be really good.
Cool. Yeah.
What's next? Mike's Chicken. Never heard of that one. Maple Avenue. It's in Dallas and Uptown, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how to pronounce that one.
Well, then I haven't been there.
No.
You can't announce it. So,
yeah. Oh, gosh. And the Angry Dog.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. Zap Kitchen. That's a Thai place, Thai wings. Fat Wings. That's a good name. That's a Mesquite. I love Press Box Grill. Press Box.
I haven't tried them. No.
Yeah, oh, they're good.
Cool.
They're on my hamburger list.
Cool.
Okay. Downtown Dallas. They're good. They're really
shot,
good.
for sure.
And the Mighty Duck Bar.
I've heard of that.
You heard of that?
These are a lot of new restaurants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Addison. You know what I think they do? There's so many new restaurants come in and go out.
I know it.
If I want good wings, I go to the tried and true places.
There you go.
Right.
But I'm going to have to go try these wings here.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure, yeah.
No doubt about it.
Y'all know Terry's opened up over there.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We know. I've met Mark. It's about 3 years ago for the first time. Great, just a great family, great folks. And Mark just gave us the rural treatment there in Austin. And I guess we were there a couple of weeks ago. Just went and got a big to-go order, and we'll do that quite a bit. Tour different barbecues around Texas and around locally. But yeah, they're just great people, and we welcome into the barbecue family. And there's a market share for all of us.
Oh,
so
yeah, there
it's we're in, Pecan Lodge is obviously a staple.
I missed their grand opening. I was doing
Terry
my
Black's.
TV launch. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great people. They're just great folks.
Good
So
product.
we're wishing them the best and welcome them to town for sure.
Is it the family or is it a franchise?
No, it's the family. It's a Terry. There's a couple of brothers. I don't know all the details of it, but they're off the original Blacks from Lockhart, Texas.
Okay.
So, but Mark, and I believe they're twin brothers. They're probably 30, 31, and they're kind of, foreseeing the both locations from what I hear. So just really, really nice guys. And
I'm gonna try to make it over.
Try it.
This
Phenomenal.
weekend.
Like I said, we tried it just.
I think in Austin, right?
We ate it. We was in Austin a couple of times in the last month, and even their new location, they're doing a top notch job. They're knocking it out of the park. So
the pictures look nice.
they've got it dialed in. Yeah, give them a shot. It's obviously come to Hutchins. It's kind of what we're here for. But no, it's what's cool about Texas barbecue right now. We're really supporting each other. We've become a family. I think doing all these festivals and these local events. So we're just, I know Jeff with Lockhart, Todd David with Cadillac.
Ronnie Killins.
We become buddies. And it's so cool that, I think it's complimenting, Texas barbecue. So it's good for all of us. It's really, truly good for all of us.
So for people who are watching or listening and you don't know, Hutchins Barbecue's in McKinney and Frisco now, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Okay. So when did y'all start?
1978.
1978 in McKinney.
In McKinney.
Not in that location.
Not in that location, correct. Dad started actually about 5 miles outside of that location in a little town called Princeton, Texas.
Which was all farmland at that time.
Right, exactly. And then when I come of age at 18, 19, me and Trey got in business with Dad, and then that's when we moved to McKinney.
Okay, so your dad did actually start it.
Roy Smokehouse. It was Roy Smokehouse, yes, sir.
Oh, Roy Smokehouse.
That's where I was 7 years old. You see the established 78?
Okay.
Yes. So I was 7 years old, when it come to be. So
okay, so see, I did not know the back history. That's because anything you read about Hutchins, they don't have the back history.
Right, yeah. So we have a little story, but you got to look for it.
Yeah, we go online. It's got the full story. You just got to click on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to click.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff to click on now online.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was Roy Smokehouse and Princeton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was 1978. And was it actual just?
It was a little portable building. Really cool. I mean, I kind of getting into depth, but it was a little. Dad built a room on the end of it, and so we lived in a room for 5 years, literally a room. And but that's all Dad wanted to do is cook barbecue. His passions was that, and him and Mom have always been music leaders in church. So I mean, I don't know how many nights it was going to revival. Closed down. If church something wasn't going on at church, we were open. But if something was going on at church, we were closed. But Dad really really quick knew that he could do have a good business there. So
that is a fantastic story.
me and Wes was raised up in it, so it was kind of funny. We were getting out of high school, and I guess Wes had just graduated, and he said, "You guys are going to come to work for me." And we're like, we're all, I'd say most of us are alpha males.
Yeah.
We're real bullheaded. We're like, "No, Dad, we're going to work with you. We're going to be partners." And so Mom, obviously having the two boys, and our younger brother Tim was a little younger, obviously at that time.
Now, have I met Tim?
You
Yes,
met
you
Tim
met
on TV,
Yes,
on
he did
ABC. Okay.
He did the TV thing with you. So anyway, Mom, me and Wes, of course, her boys are her husband. She sided with us, and we said we're going to call it Hutchins BBQ.
That's how it started.
Dad didn't like it. He thought the customers were going to turn on him, because he had so much, so much traffic coming from McKinney. A lot of our business did come from McKinney.
You know what? That happens a lot of times. People buy a place where they change the name.
There's no doubt.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's why it felt like that.
No, and he was in the right for doing it, but we hung in there, and obviously we're Hutchins today, and it's a beautiful thing. We're blessed,
blessed
beyond anything we've ever deserved. We all know that, but
So I'll ask you two separate questions.
Yes, sir.
For you, Trey, and by the way, Trey and Trey, that's kind of, I've never had it before on the show.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. So what was your favorite thing about this? What you say was passion, obviously was. You lived in a room, so obviously he was passionate. I tell everybody, no one sits in those seats or they're on my shows unless they're passionate about what they do.
yes, correct.
So he was passionate about that. And so when y'all were there, what was the thing that drove you to be passionate with him?
It just kind of, obviously being a young, 18, 19 years old, you've got so many things you feel like you want to do, right? You've got all the answers in life. So really over time, and I would say probably my mid-20s when I realized that, I was getting married, going to have kids. So that was a big goal of mine. And it kind of just turned into passion. I created it. And obviously being, in the business side of it, I took so much pride in that. And I love the barbecue business. It wasn't, nothing what it is today. Nobody ate barbecue, burgers, pizza, Tex-Mex. Yeah. But what's happened over the last 15 years, obviously it's been a passion
last
for all
15,
of us.
The last 10's really amped
The last
up.
10's
Yes.
great. And it's
Crazy.
just, even up today, with, obviously talking about Terry Blacks and just they're coming not just restaurants, but barbecues are popping up and really, really, really good barbecue.
Yeah.
They've all locked into these prime meats. But I just think it's just exciting. But sometimes you're kind of, I would say that barbecue, found me. Obviously, I didn't go find it. It's my dad's legacy. It's my dad's. It's something we grew up into. But you definitely you want to do something, and we've tried a few different restaurants through the years, and we found out really, really soon that hey, we do really good at barbecue. Why don't we just stick to this and do it the best we can, and be the best we can at it. So, and we're working on that to this day. I mean, that's our goal right now. So
I assume you bring your brother that you have the same interests, same values. Do y'all run different things at the restaurant, or do y'all work together?
We pretty much always work together.
Okay.
Yeah. But his being said, I enjoyed the barbecue business about the cooking. I thought it was unique. It's kind of like a steak business in a way. You have to cook the meat to perfection. You're always trying to strive to get better. That thing about barbecue is if you mess it up, it's not a fast cook. It's a 16-hour cook.
Yeah.
So where a steak, you can take it, throw it aside, and start cooking another one. So we enjoyed that, and I got that from Dad. I enjoyed living in the pits when I was young. I enjoyed it. Not so much now. We've trained a lot of guys to be pit masters, but we still love it.
Well, because your operation's so big, you can't run it from the pit.
We can't do that now. Yeah.
But I would say for me, Tim and Wes, I would say we all got our own little, niches and our own little talents in certain levels. But I think because, we're in this, we know our dad and mom, that's kind of their goal is they wanted their three. And so we really have the same common goal. Sometimes we'll have different ways of getting to that goal.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. That's what.
And I'm not going to say we haven't had our ups and downs and little arguments.
We have our ups and downs.
But at the end of the day, and I can really mean this, it's like Wes or even my dad, it's, we can start a morning and we can have a, pretty good argument.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say I don't think there's ever been a day that goes by that, I'm on the phone with either Dad, Tim, or Wes, and we've resolved it, And,
that's true.
We have a solution to what we were dealing with, and might not agree on everything.
Because I'm going to take that's what we did. So we had 125 restaurants when we sold out.
Wow,
okay?
good for you guys. Wow.
So I'm going to tell you something. We had some serious
family restaurant.
Yeah.
Family.
Franchises.
Franchise. Okay.
We
Wow.
had everything from full service to fast food.
Wow.
So you know all about it.
All about it.
That's amazing.
My family was in it 100 years by the time we sold. First restaurant was 1905.
That's great. How
So
cool is that?
we would have, when you have an office and you've got 55 or 60 people working in an office, and you got a dad that yells and an uncle that yells and a son that yells. I'm going to tell you something.
Oh yeah.
People think you're nuts.
Yo, believe me.
But sometimes if you're all yelling, the only way if you get your point across if you yell loud.
You got to yell louder.
Or you feel like you have to yell loud.
Oh, Me and Dad was out back. This was just a few months ago. And we're out back, and man, we're having the best conversation. And of course, we're loud, right? So I walk up front. My general manager, Kelvin,
That's on the table.
Okay. My general manager, Kelvin, he was like, Trey, man, what was you and your dad fighting over? Everything. I said, man, we had a great conversation. We were just talking about certain things in the sausage room, and no, we were having a good time.
Loud voice.
So it's just kind of the way we are.
Just
but,
males, uncles, dads, that's
crazy,
family
whatever
business.
you want to call it. Yeah.
You said alpha male a while ago. And what's funny is that they just produced an article, and I just saw it come across my deal online. That said that America is losing the alpha males and have to do something about it because everybody's going to a different kind of not being so aggressive. And, they said, what's America going to, I think it was, what's America going to do in the next 10 years?
Right.
Not now, but 10 years from now. Because kind of like everything else, it takes a decade to, kind of like the barbecue business.
Right.
Took a decade. So you talked about good barbecue. And I'm going to tell you, there is no in between with barbecue. It's either really good or it's bad.
I agree.
And, to me, to my palate, to my flavor profile.
Absolutely.
So if you go to a restaurant and it's dry or no flavor, I don't know how the place stays open. Maybe price, I don't know. But in today's times, everybody's amped up the game so much.
Absolutely.
And there's a fine line now. So like when Daniel Vaughn does his list, to me, it's like, Daniel, man, some of this stuff is so close. I mean, it's so close.
I don't see how he does it.
I don't. Well, when I did that list, when you were there for that list, for me, it was the same way. I mean, it's like, man, I had to sit and weigh, and then it comes down to your personal opinion at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
What,
little subtle smoke flavors.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff, and it can mean that little bout. So
absolutely.
How do both of you run the pits?
We all are in the pit. We've got pit masters that have been with us for 25 plus years.
Yeah.
And so it's really amazing. Right now, our two little locations, we run at about 160 employees.
Wow.
So we're going to be having our Christmas party the 16th, and
you shut down for that?
We will shut down at 5:00, and we have a little party born outside of town, not too far from where Roy Smokehouse, where Dad originated, and we'll have probably about 300, with the families and everything. So, in saying that many employees, we just got guys. We'll keep about.
We still watch them and keep an eye on them. Make sure you always have to keep them kind of lit.
You do,
but most of the time, for the most part, they're pretty much dialed in. You'll see getting pits a little hot every once in a while. You'll just come by. The things that we've noticed because we've done all our year. We can walk in the restaurant and tell the pit's too hot. So and
we're
that's
there
just
every
what
day.
We just kind of
we're there
every once in a while. But for the most part, these guys have it dialed in.
But the barbecue business is you can't as an employee can't come in and not pay attention, have a bad day, be on a cell, have a bad day because it'll ruin not one day, it ruins 24 hours or 2 days.
Absolutely.
That's such a good point. And I had a meeting yesterday with my manager about an employee, and I was just my whole thing was that all the time we take in searching out, and we've got Colorado box beef. Mark Dole, I want to give him a shout out. Amazing guy. They work really hard for our prime brisket, and it's Aspen Ridge mostly, a little open prairie when they can get it to us. But I'm just talking about all the hard work that we put in, and then all the hard work in the pits. And you have this little employee and got a little bit of complaint. Hey, she had a little bit of an attitude. And I just made the comment that these people are looking us up. They're flying into Dallas, and they want to eat some of the best barbecue. And we can't have a bad day at Hutchins. That's not fair for these. You obviously being in business. I mean, all this love and attention because, this little employee's having a bad with their little boyfriend or girlfriend, and we just can't. Let us know.
Our expectations are high.
We all have a bad day, but please let us know.
Yeah.
We'll send you home.
Yeah, because a bad day for you would. I don't know how many people y'all run through there a day.
Well, we run about right now with catering both stores. We're running about 18 to 20,000 people a week. Is eating Hutchins BBQ. Okay. That's catering and everything.
That's a lot of people.
So that's a lot of people. Yeah.
You screw up one day.
We don't. And I don't mean that.
Never for me. Yeah.
We will sell out, but
that's okay.
And if for whatever reasons, I can't tell you the last time it happens, but we mess up a load of ribs and I preach this to my guys. If it's not to our standards and perfection, we just put it in the trash and we're making money. Yeah. We can't allow our customers to put it in there. We just can't.
So you said I didn't ask you this a while ago. You said, and I'm kind of AD, so I kind of bounce around a little bit. Y'all were in Princeton. Roy's was.
Yes.
When did you? When was the second place you moved to?
1991 was McKinney.
Okay, that's when we moved to the location we're at now, McKinney.
Well, you've enlarged that though since then.
Oh,
yeah. So, so that where you're at now has always been that location. You just enlarged.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay. So when did you open up Frisco?
We opened up Frisco in '94. We had our building over there. We shut it down in 2002. We did another little concept And then in 2013, we went back.
Yeah.
Sorry, early 2014, we went back, wanted to have these exclusive hours and really focus our catering on the Frisco location.
Okay.
Today we are now, and I think you're going to probably have that in your notes, but we've been pretty much 28 hours a week, 20 to 28 hours a week. It's the most time we've been over there since 14.
Okay.
Today we just opened this past Monday, we're open 7 days a week.
Just like
11
McKinney,
to
same
9,
hours.
just like McKinney. We're open 7 days a week, and
So
we're ready to go.
Do you two? Do y'all share? Who stays over? Who watches the
Wesley's kind of in between. Not
Yeah.
to cut in, but yeah, Tim mostly is in McKinney. I'm mostly in Frisco. Wesley's because we're doing shipping now. But Wes is in Frisco with me a lot right now, so
I kind of go back and forth
where there's a
between both of them.
need. There's a need. But we got good managers, good general managers. Laney Kelvin's been with us for quite a few years. In fact, our general manager in McKinney, he kind of went and done his own thing for a little bit, but he come to work for my dad at Roy Smokehouse when he was 14.
yeah.
Wow.
So Wayne's like a brother to us. Yeah, we just think a lot of him. So
in your business, employee turnover is very costly because it's hard to train employees what y'all do. I don't care if they're on the board or if they're in the
100%.
pit room.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
good.
absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
God.
we really take a lot of pride in not having turnover. We've got and what's so cool, we'll see
Some of
it.
the high school kids, they're going to turn those over. But for the most part, our main staff, they're pretty much grounded in there.
Do you put high school kids in positions that can be fixed or corrected easily, or do you put them in the mix with on the line and everything?
They're more in the easy fix
Okay.
category.
The high school and the college are a little bit of turn, but and we see it kind of firsthand at our Christmas parties. Adolfo, he's probably been with us for 25. He grew up with us. He was like a little 16-year-old. We had him washing dishes. Some of these guys just.
How old is he now?
Adolfo is probably
43.
He's probably 43.
Oh, wow.
44. I'm 48.
Yeah.
So I remember when I hired him. I think you actually.
I
hired
hired him in '94.
And he was just this little. I don't want to say thug, but just a little punk, and but just it's amazing, and it's really, and even like we got Jose, Joe, I'm talking 15, 20 guys on our block, and
we
this
watched them
Christmas-
grow up
yeah.
as kids and actually have families.
It's
We've had a
so-
lot of
it's so
talking
cool.
about turnover. We're kind of fortunate. We've had a lot of them that are actually have stayed with us
Oh
for
yeah,
years. It's
this
crazy.
Christmas party is
Yeah.
just firsthand on.
Yeah.
You're seeing their kids, and we have a lot of their kids will work for us.
Yeah.
Getting through college, and so it's really cool to see some of these guys that we grew up with, and now they're. They got 3, 4, 5. It's really neat.
We have a lot of cousins,
a lot of loyalty.
cousins, family, that all work together.
So
absolutely.
so y'all live right there close?
I live right between Frisco, McKinney, and Stonebridge.
Okay.
I'm 6 miles from Frisco store, and I'm 5.5 miles from McKinney.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm same way.
Okay.
I live right there.
Yeah, same thing.
So you said you're gonna have your Christmas party out by
It's in a little party barn just right outside
Party
of town.
barn.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
a little party.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
call it a little party barn. We just don't really do a lot except for our parties.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a big metal building. We got some of our ladies out there that work in our office. We got nice office space out there, and so yeah, it's really
That's
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
So y'all were talking about meat. Where does your meat come from?
Our meat comes. That's a tricky thing. That's the key to good barbecue. It's all about the meat.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that. We don't mess with choice, and I'm not knock or select. We do prime. We do a never ever product, and then they dry age it for us.
Wet age it.
Wet age it
We
for 40.
play
Yeah,
with
wet
that.
age it for us for 40 days, and that's the key. We get all of ours. Nobody uses Aspen Ridge. We got our own brand.
So it is wet aged.
Yes,
It is
it's
wet
wet
age,
age.
yeah,
40 to 45 days.
Okay.
That comes all mostly from Colorado box beef.
Yep.
I don't really want to say where it comes from because I don't want to give away our
No,
secret.
you don't have to. No.
But truthfully, the Aspen Ridge is our own brand. We use 100% of everything they use.
Okay.
If it
Prime,
don't if
yeah.
it don't grade out for the prime, it goes down to which they sell that to other people. But we pretty much use 100% of all the Aspen Ridge. We love it. It's the best meat there is. You can't hardly. You have to. You got to have good cooks, or you can mess some good meat up. But if you cook it right, that's what makes it. That's what separates you from other people. It's
all about the beef.
It's the prime,
And not
absolutely.
chiming in on Wes, but there are other good prime brisket out there. We know that. As far as our supply, and what we need, we're moving anywhere from 350 to about 400, depending. And catering can dictate how much we're using, but we're using between 450 cases
A week.
A week.
A brisket.
Yeah.
A brisket. Yeah.
Now, do y'all smoke? But do you do your own bacon out there?
We
Nope,
do not.
we do
no.
not.
Okay.
We do not do our bacon. So we have a lot of bacon and a lot of our vegetables. Our Texas Twinkie, which is that brisket stuffed jalapeno.
Yeah.
We go through a
We
lot
wrap
of
it
bacon.
in bacon. So
But I would say brisket is king in our business.
Oh, definitely,
What
yeah.
we go through in brisket, it's
it's
the king.
22 to 24% of our food cost
Yeah.
across the board. we have 7 other meats. So
Yeah. So what? How much bacon do you use? Think a week.
I wish I would have those numbers, but it's truly.
Just take a stab. You ought to know.
I can tell you close, about 150, probably 150 cases a week.
Yeah, 10-pound cases. Yeah. So we're using probably 1,500 to 2,000 pounds a week in bacon.
Yeah, that's
I can't tell you this number. I know through Colorado Box, we will hit over 2 million for as poultry, turkey, beef, chicken, all the meats. Pretty much we'll hit over 2 million
pounds.
2 million pounds this year. So that's a lot of meat we're buying.
So is Frisco picking up too?
Frisco's huge. Yeah, Frisco's huge.
Frisco will actually, with catering, will outdo McKinney.
It's always
sometimes.
been hour by hour. It's already, even 3 years ago, it was right there with McKinney. We was exclusive with their hours, right? But hour by hour, it would produce about the same amount as McKinney. But we do have catering. We did get in Oprah Winfrey's magazine. She put us in her top 100 for shipping. So we are moving some brisket, some other products now, and that's really building. It seems like
the shipping's coming alive.
The last few weeks.
Okay, hang on. So you say you ship brisket?
We ship brisket, yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't know you cooked brisket.
Yes,
cooked brisket,
100% cooked.
What the hell? I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How do you ship? So you cook it in the pits.
We smoke them up in the pits.
Okay. Tell me the process.
The process is we obviously going from the 40-day wet age.
Right.
We'll cook those briskets about 15, 16 hours, and we invested in a blast freezer.
Okay.
Which it will drop from 194.
Right.
It will drop it to 36 degrees.
Right.
Hour and a half, and then an hour and a half from 36 degrees to minus 20 in another hour. So 3 hours.
Which locks that freshness in a blast freezer. It's amazing what they lock in.
And then we cryovac the
cryovac
them.
Okay, so hang on. So because y'all do this, for people that are listening or watching.
Right.
So the whole process is about once you put it in the freezer 3.5 hours and it's down to temp.
It's below. Yeah, it's down to minus 20. Yeah,
minus 20. Okay, so you got it at minus 20. Is it already wrapped up then, or
yes?
Let me. I'm sorry about that. So when we drop it from 194 to 36, it's nice and chilled. Hour and a half. We pull it out, cryovac it,
okay,
stick it back in, and then we pretty much put the freeze on it. Our freezer will go to minus 40. It's actually the best ever made. They invented it in Spain. That's where we got this freezer from.
Okay.
That was a crazy deal.
We paid a pretty good chunk, probably 50% more than.
It doesn't matter whatever.
But it is the best out there, and that's what we wanted to invest in. And yeah, it drops it to we get it at minus 20 is where we want that product.
So you get it at minus 20. You take it out. How do you ship it?
Ship it to FedEx. It goes in a styrofoam cooler.
I was going to say styrofoam.
Yes, sir.
Dry ice.
We don't do dry ice. Okay. We do the ice bags. Because they're so it's so solid frozen, right? So by the time it gets to the customer in 3 days, it's already kind of thawed up. That ice keeps it perfect, and then it's just you open it up. We have the heat and directions, and it's delicious. You got to try it.
So what does I want to know? Some of the first. Were you worried when you started this?
Oh yeah, we done a lot of test runs.
We did a lot of testing. We worked on this probably a year and a half.
Yeah, before we started.
Oprah was we did the Big Apple the Big Apple Barbecue Festival. Then we did the James Beard, and so her people got in contact, and they've been, we gave them some of our product on that event, and they're like, "We've got to get you in," and we didn't want to ship, right? We're like, no, and so she stayed after us for probably a year and a half, and we're finally like, okay, nobody turns Oprah down. We would be complete idiots. Let's invest in this. Let's do it. But we wanted to make sure that
it was done right.
Because the thing about social media, with the Yelp, the Trip, if people want to
it drives your business.
If they want to blast you, even if you're shipping to New York or LA, they can blast you, right?
You don't want bad reviews.
We wanted to make sure that we had the supply was the number one. We worked on the supply, Aspen Ridge, the Open Prairie, and then
hang on. How did you find that freezer? Because you said you bought the best. How did you find it?
Dad started researching.
Dad's he's a restaurant guru from. When I say restaurant, from equipments to brilliant
selling
shelf.
Food back in the day.
Yeah, so he just got he's the one that dug that up, found it, said this is the one we need to go with, and we just go with
Dad, how he found it, I couldn't. I know he just was looking at this one, this much, and this one, this is where they were invented, and so I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like if you have a NASCAR or Indy car, you don't want to get into it and go, you know what? I think I'm going to buy about what I can afford.
Exactly.
So you want to buy the best,
right?
If you don't buy the best, the end result's not going to be any good.
Exactly.
Right.
So you did that. So you did some test runs. Now, what is the feedback been?
It's been amazing.
When people get your briskets, what do they say?
Oh, they
love it.
I don't even know how many we've sent to. Even Southern Living, we tested some of our sausage, and they're like, "Man, we want to put you in the gifts grilling," and we're like, "Great, man, that's great." And obviously Oprah was a huge part of that. We sent a bunch to them testing, and they were just I say blown away. They wanted us in the magazine.
The Food Network editor said it's the best sausage she ever ate. That was 4 weeks ago. So everybody pretty much loves it, rants and raves on it the same way they do in the restaurant.
But we wasn't really testing for those. We were testing with friends, family.
Right.
So our feed was great.
To answer your question, the feedback's been great.
So when you sent your first brisket out to your first customer that didn't know you, were you nervous or were you not nervous?
Oh no, you're nervous. You have because you want it to be.
We've done it so much in house. You want the feedback. Really, when it started going to some of these, and I would say most everything we shipped is out of Texas. There's very few things we've even shipped in Texas, but we just did, and we did.
Oh yeah, you would ship.
Like Louis Mueller, we were just for a year. We were just constantly Snows, even Salt Lick. Just we were getting brisket and product. John Lewis out of Charleston, South Carolina.
We tried everybody.
We just
seeing how they done it. We wanted to be just like them or better than them. The ones we didn't like, we wanted to do better. And then there were some that we loved.
Yeah. There were some we just, it didn't represent our brand. So we're like, no. And then some we were very impressed with. So we wanted to be.
Who has reordered the most?
I couldn't tell you. Maria takes care of our office style of the shipping. And as far as I'll go in there and look at,
I can tell you the 2 states that did the most, which is going to shock you: New York and California.
New York, lot of stuff
does not shock
you. It don't surprise you. Okay, yeah, that's our most state.
My podcast is watched in Texas. The second is New York.
Really.
Third is Florida, and fourth is California.
Really cool.
Yeah.
That's what we send most of our shipped orders.
Texas is just interesting, I guess, too. Right? That's really cool.
We're badasses down here.
I agree. Born and raised Texas. I agree.
Well, really, our own country, right?
I lived in California. You can't get now. You can't now. You can because guys are leaving and going there and doing it.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
But 10, 15 years ago, you couldn't get it.
I'll tell you what, a buddy, I did Cafe Memento probably about 3 years ago, and they had brought in Billy Durney, which was a competition guy at the time. This is probably about 4 years ago. And so anyway, we was going to do the James Beard, and I'm like, man, I knew Billy Durney, and I'd heard he put Hometown Barbecue in. This is in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah. And man, they're like, dude, just make your. And we're like, we just need a place to park our pits and cook. And man, they pulled us right in front of their building. The guy, we've actually used his facilities twice now, and is doing a phenomenal job. Good. I'm like, what the?
Actually,
this is
in Red Hook, Brooklyn, New York, Billy Durney is putting
barbecue.
Out true Texas.
He's in
barbecue.
Miami now.
Yeah, is he the one I saw on Food Network? And does he have a basement in his place?
Yeah, a basement. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Billy Durney is.
He's good.
Like I say, the last time we was there, he wasn't there the first time, but his I think it was Mitch and his guys just treated us like royalty. And then Billy,
he's actually become a good friend.
Billy was there last time, and he just. I've been to New York a lot lately, but before that I was like, you watch the TV and it's not Southern hospitality.
No.
Man, these guys were like,
they're all nice to you up there.
I'm talking about from the cops on the street.
Yeah, you ought to wear one of these.
My dad, my dad's an Oka, and he's like,
he loves
the
New York.
nicest people. I love New York. What are you talking about?
We fell in love.
So we're going to go every time we're invited, and we loved it. And going back to what you're saying, these guys are they're taking. I just think we call it Texas barbecue, but good food is good food anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Really anywhere in the world, right? Yeah. And so I know his Miami location. He opened that about a year ago, and
where's his Miami location?
I don't know. It's in Miami. I've looked it up on Yelp. I've looked at his, but I couldn't. It looks like a really, really neat place, but no, these guys they're doing it right.
I love all the Cuban influenced food in Miami. It'd be neat if he could take some kind of Cuban influence with the barbecue. It'd be delicious.
I've never been to Miami. I
love it. I lived there for one time. I love it.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
Let's talk about your spices and your sauces here. So you've got. I see this one's tangy. Is this sauce that y'all make?
We created all these, all these sauces.
Those are actually Dad's recipes.
I say we, and going back to what you said earlier about.
He said Dad.
No, 100%, and I didn't mean that, but honestly, this sauce here, you were talking about a lot of people that a lot of the barbecue guys nowadays with the quality of meats, we don't need sauce, right? But Dad created this in 1978, and
stood the test of time.
We could not get rid of it. If we got rid of our original sauce, I don't even know. I feel like we'd be dead in the water. I really do, because
people love it.
We've got generations now that have been eating with us for years. I mean, their kids, their grandkids, and it's so cool to see. And I'm seeing kids that me and Wes, when we even got older, they were little, and now they're bringing their kids in, and a lot of them grew up on our sauce. I know a lot of the new. I guess you would call them the barbecue foodies. Yeah, they don't want to mess with sauce, but I couldn't even. I bet we move. We were doing it the other day because we send sauce out on all of our caterings, just for, you feed 100 people, and a lot of people's going to enjoy a little sauce. But I think we do about probably about 1,000 gallons just in the Frisco location. A lot of that is catering, but McKinney, you're probably doing about 700 gallons.
Do y'all make it at both locations? Or only one?
Scrap, make it from that's
Wait,
something.
yeah. Now, as far as in the restaurants, it's all made scratch every day. When you buy in the bottles, it's different.
We got gourmet foods.
Gourmet foods, it's the same thing. It's just it's better
But for some way or another, we do an open flame. Gourmet foods is the closest, and it's really right there. But somewhat with our pure cane sugar, we do open flame. It kind of crystallizes. Yeah.
Change the flavor.
We cook fresh every day in both stores, and it alters the flavor a tiny bit. But that's good enough. It meets our standards.
That tangy.
Now, tell me about tangy, because
that's good
with
dad's too. That's good with chicken and pork. It's good. It's delicious stuff. It's got more of a wang to it.
And Dad,
you know, like the Carolinas.
Dad might argue with that, but I believe Tim, and I may be wrong on this.
I
think Tim created. I know Tim did this, and I believe Tim did this. And if Dad and Tim was here, they might argue. But I think Dad.
All argue.
Well, I think Dad four of you here.
No, there's no way.
But anyway, you can barely handle two of them. This one's going to give you more of that South Carolina, North Carolina. You know that that vinegary taste for pork. That's what it's going to be like, right?
So that's why I told you a while ago. I thought tangy would be good with pulled pork.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I eat it with. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, they got that pork master down there in that part of the country.
They do.
Oh yeah, they do. And so when I first ate it, I like real vinegar mustard base. Yeah. I was like, man, this ain't barbecue. And I got to where I kept, and I'll just tell you straight up where I was enjoying it. And I went and got that hoochie coochie at Red Hot and Blue. And I just enjoyed that particular sauce. And man, I acquired a taste for that vinegar mustard on my pork. Yeah. And so,
you know what's funny though, because you tried it. The biggest problem you have nowadays in this business is people say, "Oh, I didn't like that." Well, because you didn't try it.
Exactly.
You didn't give it a chance.
You didn't give it a chance.
Right.
Or I didn't like that. It didn't taste good. Is it did you order it right?
Right.
Yeah. Did you not like the flavor?
Right.
Or was it not prepared right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the biggest problem I have with Yelp and other places right now.
I agree.
People and everybody deserves to have their due, but all businesses deserve right to have their due. But John Teaser sat right there. I laughed he said
I'd like to hear what he had to say about Yelp. Yeah.
He said, I'm just going to tell you this. Yelpers and gun owners should all have background checks before they do either what they're supposed to do.
I agree with him 100%.
Well, and Yelp has been, so if anybody's out there and hears this, Yelp is TripAdvisor. We're number one at both stores on TripAdvisor, and we're just so honored for that.
Yeah.
Yelp has been very good for us, but unfortunately, with social media, everybody's a food critic, and we all know. I think John Tazier said it best. They need to be background. A lot of them do.
Well, I thought that was really funny.
I'm thankful for the 5 stars. It's true.
He wasn't being mean. He just said just need background checks.
Yeah. Well, they can hurt a lot of independent business because maybe they're going and expecting something that's really not there.
Or they don't know what they're tasting.
They don't know what
exactly.
they're
Exactly right.
So. Yeah, I don't want to get on Yelp because thank God they're good. But
I like them. They do a good job.
But I do. I agree with John Tazier.
So what's blasting glaze?
Basting.
Basting.
Does it say blasting?
Yeah, no, it's basting.
I was like, that wouldn't surprise me. We run into that all the
Texas
time.
Boys, we might have put blasting on
This
there.
is the only thing we use this product for is once we glaze, and we still consider ourselves having a dry rib, but we'll just a little soft brush across that. It just gives a little bit.
And if you're cooking in your backyard, that is perfect.
We love it on pork, so we put this only on our ribs
and Twinkies
and our Texas Twinkies. That's the only thing we put it on.
It's good for basting outside. It's a basting glaze.
Okay, I want you to tell, because y'all gonna be able to explain it the best for people who are listening, and maybe they're in New York, maybe somewhere else. Tell them the difference between a wet rib and a dry rib. Tell them, explain that in layman's terms to people what that means.
Well, on the wet rib, it's going to be your Kansas City, and it's going to be
a lot of brushing sauce while it's cooking.
It's going to be loaded with sauce
or whatever.
Right. Well,
and the reason we consider ours still a dry rub because we have a full rub while the cooking process is going on. Mm-hmm. Once that product is finished and we're fixing to serve it, we will just tap a little bit. Again. It just gives it a great flavor. We still do not consider it a wet rib.
No, it's not like a Kansas
City. Wet rib, they're mopping all through the smoke, all through the process.
And then we're not as dry as what Memphis is. Memphis is really all about the powder. It's sort of like a powder rub on there. When you eat Memphis style barbecue.
I saw a show, and I TiVo all the food shows because my business, and I listen to them. I don't watch them all, but there's this one guy I like to watch. He's an old guy with his grandma down in Mississippi, and they got like they always get this high rank on the barbecue. But boy, he got them mops, and he just mops that sauce on there, just mop the whole time.
Literally mops, right?
Yeah,
I love it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
they took a big old mop and they mopped that sauce on there.
We're more like we let the smoke put the flavor in the meat, and we cook it. We don't put nothing but a dry rub on ours. And it's really nothing like even not near as much as what they do in Memphis or that style. But we put a dry rub and mainly let the smoke and the cooking, get it nice, get just real moist and perfect and not too much dried out.
I love all variations of barbecue. I do too. I love it all.
Mm-hmm.
But I have an affection for the brisket in Texas. I don't know. I just
because you're a Texan.
I love it. I'm right there. Yeah, I just and just going back from the last 10 years and just tasting some of these guys. And I don't want to call names because there's so many good ones out there.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, I just love the different little bit of. It's just maybe a subtle flavor in the smoke.
Right.
Maybe a little more black
Change
pepper.
the wood.
I love it. Yeah, little difference in the wood. I love it.
What do you think? I'm going to ask you two separate times. Trey, what do you think was the catalyst to what started the barbecue revolution in the last 15, but mostly the last decade, probably? What do you think happened? What do you think it had such a big surge? Social media, Food Network.
I think you had a couple of guys down in Austin, and they and I'll call his name out, Aaron Franklin.
Yeah,
I really consider him the Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Of the barbecue, and I hate to give him too many props, but I do got to give him credit. Well, what he did, he just said, okay, I'm going to put the best brisket out, and I may start selling 1, and I may sell 3 today, 5 tomorrow.
It was not good. I'm not going to
put
it out.
So people went down there. My brother went down there. I'll never forget it. We were working out together at the time, and he comes back, and he's like, because we always had the best barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Nobody compete with us. He's
but
like,
we
Trey,
didn't have prime.
He's like, Trey, this is he goes, I'm not joking, dude. I was like, dude, there's Tim. Come on, dude. There's no way. And so he brought some in. We ate it. And Aaron Franklin has just Aaron Franklin has just put a lot of money in a lot of our pockets because what we've done, we're like, okay, brisket can be this good. We didn't, back in the day, you didn't want to pay $4 a pound, $4.20, because there wasn't the market or the supply like there is. So you was going to pay $4 plus a pound, where we were getting that choice for what, $2.10, $2.15. But guys started doing that, and that's what, if you're asking me. I mean, if you'll look up right now in our stores and you'll look up at Aaron Franklin's, Terry, you're seeing kids, women, 15 years ago.
Babies.
95% of our clientele was men. Men ate barbecue. And it's become a completely different product.
And I'll throw another name into that question too.
Yeah.
I think basically, the bringing the Texas monthly, how it went away for so long on the barbecue.
100%. Yes.
I think that Daniel Vaughn, I think Daniel Vaughn done a lot for Texas barbecue. And then I just think people woke up and found out how good it was. I just think, every food has its day, like Tex-Mex. Yeah. We all have that. But barbecue, it's having its heyday right now.
I just think
it's always been good. Like you go to your Crotch and your Schmitty's, they've been doing this for years.
I started my barbecue list 2 years ago. I've only been doing it this second year. Mm-hmm. And my barbecue list was read over 100,000 times.
Yes,
I mean already. And I'm not even at the end of the year. I mean, it blows me away.
Yeah, it's popular.
I think it's the perfect storm. Obviously, our economy's great, but I think it's the perfect storm with the Yelpers, the TripAdvisor, Texas, and Kent Rathburn he was in McKinney. Food Network's been huge for independents.
People love food.
I can honestly say, even other people I know in our industry besides barbecue, independents, if you're doing it really well, you can make really, really good. Kent Rathburn was in the other day, and I just asked him. We were just talking. He was in the McKinney location. We just got through with the parking pallet. He was just bringing a friend up to McKinney, and I thought he said it really, really well. He was just talking about, I was asking him, do you think, good food's good food, right? We know that. But he says, I said, do you think there's some hype to go? He said, Trey, I think it's just like when you think of New Orleans, you think of gumbo, you think of Cajun. He said, we think of New York, we think of, Cat's Deli. And he goes, I just think Texas barbecue, it's finally coming to its own. And now when we think of Texas right now,
barbecue,
our number one staple is Texas. And he said, I think it's here to stay for years to come.
I
love what he said because it obviously.
Well, they called it, people call it a culinary revolution now.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's here to stay. I know we've got some, maybe some of this open 1 day a week or 3 days a week, and that's no knock on Tootsie or Snow's is doing phenomenal. And how cool is it to get you got a town of 760 people and you got tour buses pulling up to eat barbecue, right?
I asked David over at Cadillac.
I love Todd's a good friend of mine.
I was Todd. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was at his point of his pit class. I like to watch people what they do and everything. And he's real straightforward. It's funny. It's funny. He looks like he's got no expression, but he does. He's funny. Yeah. But some guy asked him, he said, how come you're not open? He said, how come you're not open more than 2 days a week? He said, well, 1 day a week won't pay the bills.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I asked him, we was doing Smoke Dallas this year, and he's at all these festivals, and great guy. And I asked him, I said, man, are you going to, because a lot of these guys are expanding more hours. We were talking about Terry Black's coming. I said, you ever plan on expanding your hours? He goes, man, are you crazy? I got the best gig in the world. Him and his pit guy was sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, you don't have to. More power to you. That's great.
To know the answer how it got, it's just people love it. It's gotten popular. I don't know if we'll never know the true answer to how it's gotten so popular. But
I think the combination.
I think that Daniel Vaughns, the Texas, all this.
I think he's helped a lot.
Yeah, and then
Daniel
social
Vaughns
media.
I probably ought to should have gave him props.
And then just putting out good food to back them up. That's the most important. People
what
love
Daniel
it.
Vaughn did for our business, off the charts, and I really mean this when he first come in 2013, and we were just so honored. Our whole thought process was, okay, we get it. It's out there. The hype's out there. All we got to do now is back it up and take care of it and make sure with people's expectations, they're walking in that door, they're like, okay, Daniel Vaughn, he's on to something here. Texas Monthly is, and Texas Monthly's probably, I think they've probably done more than anybody for Texas barbecue.
Helping Texas barbecue, absolutely.
And I guess, in all honesty.
And guys like you. We're talking about barbecue right now.
We're
on
here for an hour
podcast.
talking
Absolutely.
barbecue. And, we got to give Daniel Vaughn a lot of credit because he's really put us on a map on a level we've never been.
And then this guy here,
absolutely,
you're becoming another Daniel Vaughn.
I'm doing my thing because I love
it's
food.
Beautiful,
But you're getting hot though. You're everywhere. I see your stuff all over.
But it's
everywhere.
But it's so cool how we can not just barbecue, but just how you can make do what you do on little independent restaurants.
I'm just good because I was in the restaurant business for a long time, and so I look at all facets.
You have a love for it.
I have a love for it, but I look at all facets of life. When I go review a restaurant or review a food truck or whatever, I review the whole operation. I don't go and try to taste some dish and go and talk about the dish. I review the whole operation, the people, the characteristic, the vibes, the atmosphere, how the food tastes. It's a whole package.
Sure,
and I love doing it.
Because it's a service industry. You're supposed to do that.
And you mentioned the food truck. Let's think about that era right now.
Oh boy,
how cool is that? When me and him 20 years ago, and we've done it. We've had food trucks. We've had trailers. If you were doing barbecue or anything out of a food truck or trailer, you were at the lower end of our industry, right? You were
not
struggling.
Now
the chefs are like,
now everybody wants one.
They're like,
it's exactly
with
right.
that brick and mortar and that huge lease and long. Let's go put a food truck in. I'll knock out my $8,000-$10,000 lunches. I'll make a killing and get out of here. You're right.
Did you go over to the? The Food Nationals in Dallas a couple months ago?
No, I haven't. No.
Let me tell you something. I walked up and I saw this thing out of the corner of my eye. I walked through, I glanced at everything, because you can't look at everything. And I saw this out of the corner of my eye. I just stopped and I looked over. This guy had a truck from New York, or I think it was New York or New Jersey. It was a food truck, but he had it built. It had big glass swinging doors on it, and he had 2 full-size clay pizza ovens in there.
Wow.
Fire pizza ovens in there. Huge. Had one stick out the back, and then the sides were all plastic. So when you drove, you could see everything.
You could see through it.
See everything.
How cool is that?
I asked him, I said, you going to have a restaurant anytime soon? He said, no.
Why do it?
No. I said, show me your pockets. I might not be real fat, but no, he said, no, he loves it.
Well, and the food trucks are good testing grounds.
Yeah.
If you
They
like
are.
a location, you think, hey, let's go. Instead of sitting there putting out the effort and the building and all that and taking a gamble, put a food truck over and say what you're going to do real fast.
George, a good buddy of ours, he comes in Frisco all the time. He's an LA guy, and he's like, Trey, we got to put this restaurant in. He'll show me buildings, and I'm like, George, let's do a food truck. Spend you $100,000.
It's the way to do it now.
And try it for a few. And if you don't like it, what are you going to do? Lose $20,000? Sell the do. Yeah,
exactly.
So
okay,
it's really neat. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your brisket seasoning. Is this for the pre-rub or what is this for?
That is
if you're sitting at home, how you're going to want to do that, you always got to get your brisket to where this is going to stick to it and make you a good crust.
Okay.
We use a mustard.
Okay.
Right.
See, some people do use mustard. Yeah.
Right. And people think, you're not going to taste the mustard flavor.
Right. No.
That's just to hold the bark on.
Right.
This is what we then put on.
This is for the bark.
Right. And
That's
then
for our
you
bark.
get it in there and cook.
So if you want,
Tim did come up with this. I'm throwing. He couldn't make it.
well, I tell you,
Tim's a sharp dude.
Tim's got a lot of names coming up in here.
Tim, what he did, he wasn't married, and man, he just got in those pits and he played with it. Now we're changing things as we go. In fact, we changed. Probably a year and a half ago, we changed it. In fact, we're working on something a little, not a lot.
We never stop.
We know you
working
want
on stuff.
consistency in the barbecue
You can't.
business, but really, Tim, when he come back, we didn't ever really spice much on briskets, and we pretty much we seen what some of these guys really were doing down south with the prime, and this was part of it. Yeah.
I saw a show last night. I didn't see it. I heard it because I TiVo, and I run it when I'm on my computer in the office. I run it. But there was a guy doing a brisket season, but he was doing like a Korean type seasoning in with the thing, and it was giving it kind of a Korean type flavor.
Right.
They said it was absolutely delicious. I mean, it changed the flavor profile a little bit, but I'm sure it would be good. But it was just unusual.
Right.
Yeah, just unusual. It's different.
Korean barbecue's popular right now. It's
it
coming
is.
on.
Yeah,
Right.
it's popular.
popular.
It is popular.
It's coming on.
I like Korean food.
It's kind of
It's
crazy
gotta be,
because
yeah,
I
it's
just look at, and I know some of these chains are even trying to jump on this bandwagon with the Texas. Well, you got Arby's doing Texas, but you got Subway.
They're all
Arby's is good with their marketing. Arby's has got great marketing.
They do.
But the brisket,
it's all about the meat,
brisket's,
right?
brisket's everywhere right now.
Brisket is everywhere.
It's all about the meat.
But that's great to use at home. Cook your
That,
brisket.
even if you wanted to put that on a steak, man,
it's good on steak,
it just
Oh, steak too.
It complements beef. Period. Yeah.
Hot sauce.
I have nothing to say about it. No, I'm playing. No, it's good. If you like it a little spicy, it's really good. Really, really good stuff.
That is going to be more like the hoochie coochie sauce he was talking about.
Okay,
That's
I
kind of
just
more.
love this name, Hoochie Coochie.
Yeah.
Where'd you?
You never heard of that?
No.
The hoochie. It's
it's Red Hot and Blue.
Red
We'll
Hot
come
and
up with
Blue.
it, yeah.
That's kind of more on that same genre.
That's kind of where.
Yeah.
When we started playing with that, the hoochie coochie is what we were testing.
Yeah.
We didn't want the hoochie, but we wanted something close
to it. So,
I don't know
How
if
do you say that name without
Hoochie?
smiling?
I don't know.
Hoochie
Hoochie coochie. It's Cajun.
Yeah,
Hoochie
I know.
coochie. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Kind of like that guy.
You gotta go on and look at some of their other names.
Wait,
of
is
their
this your
sauce.
dad?
That's our picture of our dad. Right
That's your
there.
dad?
That's him.
That's Dad. Dad
He's wearing a. That's like.
what is it?
That's a pinky.
Kind of like a pinky blonder.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cocksucker hat. That's the name of the hat.
He's wore the. He
I've
loves
got
those.
a couple of them. I like
cool.
them.
He
Yeah,
loves
yeah,
them.
He looks good though.
Dad will be. He turns. Is it the 12th next week? His birthday. He'll be 70. 70.
70 or 71. I can't remember.
He'll be 70, I believe, and Mom will be 72 and 50. Yeah, so Dad'll be 70.
So you said, I want you to tell me a story. Before we turned to My 41 Hot, you said your dad. I asked you what your dad did. And you said he works hard on all of you together. Is that what he tells you?
Yeah, he says he does. Dad's like, I know Mom and my dad and Mom are just great. Good people, just born and raised in church their whole life. So they're great people, but Dad'll be just out and about. And he's got he's got 3 trucks, and he's always doing something. And we'll get into it about something. He's like, "You boys, I work harder than any." We're like,
Oh yeah.
Dad, what'd you do today? You went and dropped a couple of guys off to do this or do that. So he works harder than any of us, but we just don't really know what he does. And Mom don't either. So they need some stuff done at their house, and Dad's like, "I'll run and pick up some guys and help them right back up," but we don't know what he does. But
So what does your mom do? She worked for the business?
Mom worked. She retired in 2010. Mom pretty much was truly the brains. Mom was just, she was so smart in accounting.
So y'all truly were a family business.
We were, we
still are, yeah.
Yeah, we were a family business and still are. Yeah, we're bigger now to where we got a lot of
Kids?
Yes, actually, my son is 22.
Business?
Just jumped into business. He played a couple of years of college football, and so he just jumped in. And probably about the last year, he has really picked up a passion for it. And Wesley's son is kind of staying in more education right now.
My son was coming in the restaurant business, but now he's going back to get his doctor's degree. So he wants to be called doctor. So we got to live with that
Zach,
for a while.
they're both really
Dr.
hard.
Pitmaster?
Yeah, Dr. Pitmaster.
And let me just, I do have 3 beautiful, I had 5 kids. So I got Nick, Hallie, Chloe, Lauren, and Corbin's my baby at 16. I got to mention them.
Okay.
Because they don't think, Nick was a really, really good high school football player. So people I work with are like, "Well, Trey, I didn't know you had other kids. All you ever talk about is Nick." So let me throw a shout out to my other kids so they don't get on me.
And then I've got
just one of
I've
them's
got
in
4
business right now.
got 4 kids ranging from 25 to 18
wait.
months.
So 4 and 5. So 9 kids between the two of you.
Yes. Yeah.
You can prevent that, right?
Yeah,
I'm done, man. My baby's 16. So
But I made a mistake. I had mine grown. Been in my second marriage, and we popped a little one out. So we got. I got one. I got them from 25, 20, 16, 18 months.
And run it. Oh
I'm
my!
done, dude. I'm done.
Let me tell you something. That's tough.
Oh, yeah.
They
It's a lot of work.
take a lot of work.
A lot of work. a lot of work.
Yeah,
dude.
I'd have him up there.
Never mind. I was going to say something. I can't go into that. So I got to,
Okay, so
I'll
your
just
catering
stop.
side. So y'all are probably busy for Christmas and stuff. for catering.
Yeah, we
We
do.
do a lot of catering.
It's really been really cool, our catering, to see it. We went from just, obviously our demographic has always been our local DFW area, but it's just, we've jumped on with some really, really good clients. We got A+ meetings out of Miami that hired us to do these AT&T events.
A lot of big corporate stuff.
You know, we're hitting the
those.
Omni now. We do 2 or 3 events. They've taken us out to Tucson a couple times. Truly incredible. We did the big Toyota Fest for this grand opening in Plano. 5,000 people, you know, and a few years ago we could not do that. You know, we didn't have the pit space, but now we're running in Frisco, we're running 700 Jan R. Olders. McKinney, we have 6, and then we got 4 big barrel pits. So with these events, having the pit space, having the facilities, we can definitely we can feed that type of level.
One of the stories you want catering done, we can handle it.
As long as it's much over 5,000. That's kind of our ceiling.
Yeah, we like to stay 5,000 below. You start getting into that, yeah.
But yeah, water. We just and right now Tucson, and it's just open doors for us.
Y'all travel a lot.
We've been to Aspen. We were invited
we go to the
this
Aspen
year.
Food and Wine Show.
We've been invited the last 2 years. We 16 and 19.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, just twice. And then we've done the Big Apple Barbecue Festival a couple times.
Matt Pittman was up there, wasn't he?
Whereabouts is that?
Matt Pittman,
Aspen?
No, New York. He was just in New York for some. He was.
No, Matt Pittman's a good friend of mine.
We did
Matt.
Big Apple 2 years ago, but the last 2 years we've just fed the James Beard House.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been up there 3 times in probably the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Matt Pittman's a good buddy. You know,
Yeah,
really neat
nice
guy.
guy.
So we think a lot of.
He's a hard worker boy.
He's got it going on.
He's a
man.
marketing machine.
He's a marketing
He is a
machine,
marketing. Yeah. He's very smart.
We got to know Matt, and like I say, we just hooked up these festivals, top notch. Yeah, we think a lot of the guys.
Let's grab your sausage real quick.
Grab that sausage.
He's coming in there.
There's the good old original.
He's gonna grab that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, we can set that.
These sausages are our recipes.
Thank you.
They're made in house, and we don't think you get no better. We don't think nobody's got a sausage out there that beats us.
Okay, so you make your sausages in house.
Yes,
every day.
every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
So someone's not gonna get a sausage that was made 6 weeks ago.
No, sir.
No,
Really, a lot of that, we talked about that blast freezer earlier, obviously for shipping, but one of the other purposes for that
Was this
is
right
to
here.
get that sausage chilled down. It just helps with the emulsifying process, and it really helps it. It stabilizes it for sure.
Now, what sausage is this? Jalapeno?
That's the jalapeno cheddar.
Jalapeno cheddar.
Is that popular?
That's one of our most popular.
Yeah, that's probably the most popular sausage we got.
Yeah. A little cool, but yeah, it's cool down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
probably
that's the most popular.
We sell more of this because most catering, now that's really gotten popular. A lot of people want a little bit of mix. But, when you're feeding 100 people, women, kids, you think jalapeno cheddar, they're going to go for more of the original. But as far as inside the store.
What do you think, Trey? You like that sausage?
A lot.
We sell way more of that in-house.
Do you think a lot of people see the word jalapeno and they get freaked out about it's going to be too hot? Because jalapenos really aren't hot
I
anymore.
don't think so anymore. Yeah, it used to maybe, but I don't think so. We sell, you'll see it on kids' plates, women,
It's kind of like our Twinkie in that the hot's kind of cooked out of it. I would say it's not like your regular jalapeno hot, like eating a raw jalapeno.
We grill them. We'll grill them before we.
So it's cooked. It's cooked out.
Really
a little bit.
good.
Yeah,
Good.
stuff.
Thank
And which one's this?
That's
This is
your
our
regular
original.
sausage.
Original.
And we just come up with. We had a little firecracker, kind of a hot link.
That's good, even cold.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good texture. I
yeah.
love
It's
it.
a cooled off for sure. So I know it's
Good stuff.
Oh, good.
But what we do is we'll smoke these on the pit and we sear them on a grill. We'll do our sausages, our Texas Twinkie, and our chicken just to tighten up the skins on everything. And so we'll put them on.
Wait. What do you say? How you tighten the skins up?
We'll tighten them up by just searing them on the grill. It'll be about a 450, 500 degree grill.
Just
we'll
sear 'em just a little
literally
bit.
just maybe 45 seconds to a minute, and it just tightens the skin
Give that
up.
skin a snap when you buy
Same
it.
thing with the bacon on that Texas Twinkie.
Yeah, you gotta have the
and the
snap.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine who's a chef, a celebrity chef, and he said, I'm going to ask you a question. Did a hot dog snap when you bit it? I said, yeah, it snapped. He said, okay.
That's right. That's what you want. You
Yeah.
want the snap. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have a snap. So how many flavors do y'all have of sausage?
We have these two, and we've kind of been piddling with the firecracker. Right now we had a firecracker.
I know you took it out, right?
I think I was the only one that liked it. Dad, Wes, and Tim.
We just rejuvenate. It's
but we've got
good. We finally got that dialed
we're doing
in.
an
It's
all
perfect
beef.
now.
We're doing an all beef hot link right now. So
Sitting here eating, I'll watch the clock.
we got three.
Get him a napkin.
Okay, so when people want to find you, how do they do it?
Go to HutchinsBBQ.com. It's the easiest way.
Everything's on there. They can order all the products.
Absolutely.
Order your
Everything's
brisket.
Yes.
Know your restaurant locations.
Absolutely,
Everything.
yes, sir.
Catering. They can order catering there too, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
HutchinsBBQ.com that's the easiest way to go. It's got everything.
Anything special y'all want to talk about you're doing for Christmas at Hutchins or anything?
No, man, just come out and see us. Get your orders in. We're going to be crazy, crazy busy. and look forward. We're going to be trying to get us we need more facilities in in Frisco. We're growing out of that place. So, just the future's bright, man.
We keep supporting Texas barbecue. That's
keep
all
supporting
we
Texas
ask
barbecue.
for.
And mostly keep supporting Hutchins BBQ.
Exactly.
Guys, I really
head
thank
north,
you.
yeah.
Okay, guys, I really thank you. If you're trying to get a hold of us, obviously, if you're listening, you're watching TreyChowdown.com. That's Trey with an E, because I say all the good kids were born with an E, not an A. There are some guys with Trey and the A in the name.
I'm E.
I'm an E. You're an E.
All right.
Sexy Trey.
Sexy Trey. Sexier Trey, all right?
Guys, I really appreciate it, man.
Pleasure,
Thanks a lot.
Pleasure, Trey. Thank you, buddy.
Enjoy talking to you, man.
And remember, HutchinsBBQ.com.
That's it.
Thank y'all. See you later.
Thank you. All right.
I'm Trey Chapman, publisher of Trey'sChowdown.com. I'm passionate about finding the best food, drinks, and chefs, to sharing it all with you. I should know I have over 5 decades of food experience. Find me on any podcast platform, Facebook Live, or just Google me. Now you can watch and listen to all my great finds every week on my live TV and radio podcast at Trey's Chowdown Live.